The mortar that held my efforts together was my energy, my strength, my resources, my very efforts. When God rebuilt the temple that I was trying to build, the mortar He used was the mortar of His grace. That my life is held together today, not by my resources, not by my power, not by my energy, but by His grace. Now, there's two dimensions to grace. There's saving grace, and I understood that. I didn't fully grasp all that it meant, but I understood that I was saved by grace. I understood that I didn't deserve salvation. I understood that there was nothing I could do to ever gain my salvation. I had that clear, and I knew that. What I didn't understand was the other dimension of living, serving grace. I didn't understand that the same undeserved resources that saved me were also the undeserved resources that empower me. I didn't understand that the opportunities that came to me didn't depend on me. I didn't understand that I didn't have to measure my success by whether I got great opportunities to speak or to go to a wonderful place to have ministry. That's totally beside the point. That's not the issue. And I came to understand that everything is of grace. And I wonder if any of you might be where I have been. I wonder if you're looking at your life and measuring it. You know, I had lots of measuring standards. You know, the interesting thing is that as long as I was in school and could pursue classroom work and could get the grades mostly that I wanted, that was okay. That was success. But when I went out and got engaged in people's lives and began to build a ministry, I suddenly discovered some real lacks in me that I'd never seen before. I wish I could have seen them earlier. I wish. I mean, I prayed, I sought the Lord, but it was still measured by my concepts of success. Am I seeing what I thought of as success? When I compare myself to others, am I doing as well as they're doing? When I compare myself to my mentors, at their stage, at my age, am I where they were at that point in their lives? So when they were 32 or 33, am I where they were? Because if I wasn't, I felt like I was failing. I know that's not healthy, far from it. But I also know I'm not the only pastor or businessman who ever thought that way. I mean, how many business people do you meet, men and women, who are going to be millionaires by 30 and feel like failures if they're only worth $900,000? Seems kind of silly to me, but it's very serious to them. And when I meet them, I respect the seriousness with which they take it, because I know how much hurt and grief and pain there is in riding the cycle up and then riding the crash down. I know that. And if that's where you are, if you've ridden the crash down and you're at the bottom and you think your ministry is done or you think your career is shattered, I want to tell you something. You're just getting started. You don't know the joy that's ahead of you. You don't know the challenge that lies before you. You don't know the excitement that you're going to experience. You don't know the fulfillment. You don't know all of the things that are going to come. You don't know what God's hand is like in your life. He's not against you. You know, He may have put that wall of inadequacy in front of you. I'm sure He has. It's the wall I needed. It's the wall you need. But it's not because He's against you. It's because He's for you. Oh, He's so for you. You can't believe it. Stop fighting. Stop reacting. Stop being angry. Stop carrying all of this weight on yourself. Stop the burnout. Turn around and cry out to Him and tell Him, okay, I give up. It's yours. You can take this mess. I can't do anything with it. Do that. And then get out of the way. Because I want to tell you, that's an invitation to God for Him to go to work. And you have never seen anything like what He can do. My whole ministry grows out of some dark moments in my life when unexpectedly some things happened and I was confused. This is actually in a later point in my life, quite a bit later. And I was confused and uncertain and didn't know what to do. And again, I struggled. I think some of my friends would say to me, Bill, you struggle too much. Well, I'm sure that's true. And I know they love me and they're trying to help me not struggle so much, but I guess probably I'm made to struggle. I don't know. In myself. But as I worked through it, the Lord gave me passion. The Lord gave me vision. The Lord gave me opportunity. And the Lord gave me the message I'm giving to you. If this message helps you, it's a gift from God through a man who needed help. And all I'm doing is throwing the same life preserver to you that the Lord threw to me. Now, maybe you've wondered why God calls such scarred men and women to be His leaders. You ever thought about that? You know, at one point, we might have thought, well, sure, I know why He called me. I'm obeying Him. I'm committed to Him. But over time, we have to face the fact that we are what Jesus said we are, unprofitable servants. And you have to ask yourself, now, why doesn't God find somebody who would be profitable? Why can't He find somebody to make a profit on? I mean, look at the apostles. Consider what they were like. Debating with each other, openly discussing who was the best among them, conniving to figure out how they can get the Lord to give them the top position, beating the others to the punch, insensitive in the Lord's deepest, most difficult moments, sound asleep when He asked them to pray. Absolutely certain, as Peter was, he would never fail, and the first thing he did was fail utterly, absolutely, totally, worse than anybody else. Why did Jesus call somebody like Peter, James, John to be His apostles? One reason. It's the only kind of people He could find. They were the best. Look at the rest, the ones He didn't call. They were the best. You know what? You're the best. You're the best He has right now. In your ministry, in your business, you're all He has. Can I plead with you to fall on your face before God and say, oh God, I don't deserve to be used by You. I don't deserve to have a position from You. I don't deserve to be a leader, but You've made me a leader. Oh God, deliver me. Take over. Take me through this brokenness. See, that's what was happening with me. I was going through brokenness. I didn't know what it was. The most fascinating, amazing thing is this. When God brings us into brokenness, He doesn't bring us into brokenness to shatter us. He brings us into brokenness to remake us. Remember, the mortar that holds us together from brokenness on is the mortar of His grace. You see, that's what reality number 6 is actually all about. Reality number 6 says that God's empowering grace makes you adequate. God redeems your inadequacy by His grace to make you adequate in Christ to be able to do what He's called you to do. God redeems our adequacy with His adequacy by His grace.